Lost in the Pit, 1728. Throughout recorded history, the mining industry has always been dangerous. Working conditions were atrocious. Safety was not a consideration, and serious accidents were commonplace. We've uncovered a great many odd stories relating to the pits, but this particular tale illustrates the commonplace hazards which a mine worker faced, and what it could take to survive below ground. It concerns a female coal bearer named Geoffrey, and her battle for life in the most challenging of conditions. A Picture of Scotland, Volume 2, William Tate, 1828. A singular instance of the preservation of life under the most unfavourable circumstances occurred at Tranent about the year 1728. A female coal bearer of the name of Geoffrey happening, while on her way through the pits to put out her candle, failed to reach the place where she was to have been raised above ground, and after wandering till quite exhausted with fatigue, was obliged at last to lie down in a remote and obscure recess, from which she could scarcely entertain any hope of ever being removed in life. No sooner was she missed by her companions than every effort that anxiety or benevolence could suggest was used to discover her, the town, drum and bagpipes being sent through the waste in the hope that she might be led by the sound. When the search had been continued for 14 days, she was found in a very weak state, below the site of the church. She had devoured her shoes and sucked the blood from her arm. Evidently a drop from the roof of the pit, which she caught in the palm of her hand, supplied her with what was next to food most valuable. Otherwise she could not possibly have survived. She reported that, during her stay below ground, she distinctively heard the congregation singing psalms, an affecting circumstance which was not believed at the time, but which is now shown to have been quite possible by the sinking of the part of the churchyard into the pit where she was lying. So a terrible fate avoided, and despite the clearly horrific conditions within the pit, encouragement can be found in the efforts that were afforded to attempting a rescue. Efforts notwithstanding her own vital and somewhat unusual actions, without Miss Jeffreys, would clearly have perished. But can there be any more odd tales from the pit than the legend of a woman who devoured her shoes? Maybe there'll be more stories like that to come. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the story. There are more stories to come, but the book that I'm reading from is actually available online. If you have a look at the doobly-doo below, and you will find it there.